Merab Dvalishvili posted a video of himself and Aljamain Sterling in an ambulance after UFC 323. He wrote, "Tonight wasn't my night, but I will be back stronger than ever. Thank you everyone for your support."
I am in the hospital with my brother Aljamain Sterling, and then my brother drinking his Funk Harbor rum. And I'm on the phone with my mother. Dedico, quick, Amar Jobak, English surat. Kai, get hooked on it. Hold it. Can I tell you that the Mikol Khadam? Abba Kargat. Pala Perikutian said that. რა დედი ბრძოლა გრძელდება რა სამ სპორტია არც პირველად სამიგია და არც ბოლოჯერ ვაგრძელებ ბრძოლას და ვინც ბრძოლოს ხან დამარცხდება ხან ისწავლის ხო ასია.
Merab also released an emotional message to his family and fans in Georgia. He says he's okay and the best is yet to come.
მადლობა ჩემს ოჯახს ყველაფერი კარგადაა დედი ვარხარ შეგენა ცვალებაში მაგრამ თორე და პირიქით მოტივირებული ვარ როგორც არასდროს ბედნიერი ვარ და ნაკაზები მასახელე მაგრამ ყველაფერი ისე ყველაფერი წინ არის და უფრო ძლიერს მელოდებ დაბრუნდებით და ყველაფერი წინ არის აბა და აბა ხო
Sean O'Malley gave somewhat of a reaction to Merab's loss last night.
Holy guys, what a fight. But it's Sunday now. We're watching football. Prize picks, use code SUGAR is what I'm rocking with.
Ilia Topuria had a positive message for Merab after he lost the belt. He posted this photo to his Instagram story and wrote, "Brother, life is full of twists and turns, but to us you will always be the best. You will come back much stronger." Petr Yan shut down the idea of giving Merab an immediate rematch. Yan thinks Merab should rematch Umar Nurmagomedov next.
So if you had to choose, what do you think is the next step? A trilogy with Merab or a fight against Umar? And who do you think is a more dangerous opponent?
Кто более опасен был?
But you saw the fight of Merab versus Umar. You saw the way that fight went. So who's more dangerous? They can rematch and then we can see what happens.
Peter over here, congratulations on becoming champion again.
You know, just understand the fact that for me to get the opportunity to fight for the belt again, UFC made me go 3 more fights before I was able to get into the contender position again. But as you see, some guys get it right away, like let's say Ferreria. Ferreria is a star, you know, I mean, he won a lot of fights, he's been the champion before, so there's a difference.
At the post-fight press conference last night, Dana White addressed multiple topics. Firstly, he said Arman Tsarukyan is going to need to work his way back to a lightweight title shot.
Arman Tsarukyan, obviously the odd man out now. We expect Ilia to be unifying against the interim title winner, which would, make a long runway for his
I wouldn't
title.
say that he's the odd man out. He had an opportunity, and you guys know how that played out, and he's gonna have to work his way back. I don't give a what the number says. He's going to have to work his way back. There's just too much goes into this for those type of things to happen. We had a little. We were talking back in my room tonight, and we were talking about all the crazy shit that's happened over the last 20-something years. But you can't do that. You can't get the opportunity, and then you can't end that way. So he's got to work his way back.
Dana responded to Tom Aspinall's recent comments. Tom said he was disappointed with the way Dana said he didn't want to continue fighting Tsarukyan after being eye-poked, then coming out publicly and saying Tom had no serious injuries, when in reality he did. Dana said he didn't mean to say anything negative towards Tom.
Tom Aspinall did interviews recently saying that his eye is not better. He was a little bit disappointed with some comments you made. Have you spoke to Tom? Do you know anything about that, and what's your reaction to what he said?
I have not. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't remember exactly what I said. What did I say? That is,
just said you think that.
I think his eyes are okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. So obviously, and I know Tom said, I haven't even talked to him and all that stuff, but we have people all over him right now. Checking up on him, making sure he's good. Does he need any help or any specialists? Yeah, I'm no doctor. I'm just saying what I've heard. And that was in no way, it wasn't said in a way that they're like, oh, what do you think? I said, I think he's fine. It wasn't like that. I said, I think Tom's eyes are good. He's going to take some time, heal, come back to, that's all I said. I wasn't saying anything negative toward him. I think that things can be taken out of context, or he didn't see what I said, because I don't even remember what I said, but never once did I say anything negative about him or, in a derogatory way. I'm sure he's upset and fired up, and, he'll get better and we'll get him back in there.
Dana also showed love to Merab after his loss and says he has nothing but respect for him.
One of the toughest fighters that I've ever come across. And let's just say, Merab and I didn't get off on the right foot early on. I have nothing but respect for him and everything that he's accomplished. And and for Petr to come in and do what he did tonight. And I mean, the body shots and the head shots and the wrestling. I mean, it was an incredibly high level fight that was, what a hell of a way to end the ESPN era.
Joshua Van fired back at the criticism he received since his first-round TKO win over Alexandre Pantoja, becoming the new UFC flyweight champion. For those who missed it, Pantoja threw a head kick and Van caught it, and as Pantoja was trying to catch himself on the ground, he injured his elbow. Van says as soon as Pantoja recovers, he wants the rematch.
Man, like I said, this whole week it was kill or be killed, I knew I was going to win the fight, but I didn't want the fight to end that way, for sure. And as soon as he's recovered, man, I want to run it back, just because I respect him so much. He's one of the greatest of all time and things like that, so I do want to run it back with him.
Is your idea that, hey, let's see how he's doing would you prefer to run it back with him first before someone else? Does it matter? Does it matter who you face next, knowing that you want to face him eventually?
I would say it don't matter, but like I said, man, I feel like he deserved it, you know what I mean? So whatever the UFC want is what I'm going to do next, but I do want to run it back with him for sure.
What would you say to somebody that says, I can't count that guy as a real champion, that fight didn't really play out? What would you say to him?
Them. Yeah, if you do good, they would talk and if you do bad, they would talk do what makes you happy, you know what I mean? So it don't matter what they think, man. I won.
Alexandre Pantoja released a video to his social medias following his loss. He says he's going to work very hard and take the belt back.
Hello guys, that's what happened, accidents. When I go to the UFC today, I think I'm having my best shape of my life. When I see Joshua Van out the other side of the octagon, I believe I can finish him in the first round. That's what I try to do. Best camp of my life, best catch weight, best everything, I feel so comfortable in the octagon. That's my octagon, that's my belt. That's everything I did in my life, in my whole life to that moment, And Joshua just came and win this belt. I talked with my wife about that, it's not just about myself today, it's about Joshua Van, Joshua Van, that's his destiny to win this belt tonight. And he just can win this belt with my injury today, And I talk with God gives him the message. And I really believe in God and all the message. I pray a lot. And I want to work very hard. I work very hard all my life. And I'm going to work again. And I'm going to take my belt again, I really appreciate all the message. Everybody know about myself. Everybody understand I'm a very respectful guy. I respect first my family, then everything, I'm never gonna say bullshit about anyone. I just want to work very hard and bring my belt to my home again, Appreciate everybody. Tomorrow, fly back to home. Monday, I'm start to follow my dream again. Thank you so much.
Ariel Helwani was blown away by the way Petr Yan was able to beat Merab last night.
It's a great win, and he won that title fair and square. Blown away by the performance. I mean, a master class, if you will, but it will forever be dissected and debated whether or not this was the Petr Yan show or a little bit of a mistake on Merab Dvalishvili's part. Again, much dissected in its own right. 4 fights in 2025, the decision to come back so soon after the 5-round victory over Corey Sandhagen back in October. Did he take on too much? Too many weight cuts, too many rounds, too many minutes inside the octagon. Was this a mistake? And how much of that came into play here tonight in that performance? Because this was not the Merab that we have seen as of late. Failed many takedown attempts, looked tired, was getting beat up, was getting pieced on his feet. In fact, it looked like he was falling in love with the striking early on. And when I was watching that, I was thinking to myself, could this be part of his undoing?
Marvin Vettori lost to Brunno via unanimous decision last night, marking his 4th straight loss. Marvin believes he won the fight. He reposted this to his Instagram story. It says landed more and threw more every round, more control time as well. Here was Demetrious Johnson's live reaction to Alexandre Pantoja's injury last night.
Yeah, Pantoja just throws a kitchen sink at you, even when he throws his leg kick. Oh yeah! Hey boys, guess what? The 11 consecutive title streak stays intact. I mean, that's part of the game, guys. Like, to keep going in and doing it over and over, time and time again, over and over and over. It's hard, man. I mean, it's a sport where anything can happen. You know what I mean?
Umar Nurmagomedov reacted to Merab losing the title. He believes whoever wins in his upcoming fight against Deiveson Figueiredo will be the clear #1 contender. On X, he wrote, "Great, spectacular fight. Congratulations to Petr. I think on January 24th, it will become clear who is next." After Henry Cejudo was defeated by Peyton Talbot via unanimous decision last night, he asked Dana White for a performance bonus while he was still in the octagon, and Dana said he'd just give him $50K regardless.
I'll give you $50,000 anyway. Thanks, boss.
Henry's manager Ali Abdelaziz confirms Dana kept his word, and Henry was compensated extra. On X, he wrote, UFC did just pay Henry Cejudo his show and win money. Thank you. Arman Tsarukyan released a new angle of the altercation between Khamzat Chimaev and Ian Garry.
How are you? You good? When are we seeing you again? Way that he's going to do a quick photo with our partner. Whenever you're ready, always ready. Good job, team. Good job tonight. Don't worry. Whoa. That's just childish.
So after UFC 323, it was reported that Alexandre Pantoja dislocated his shoulder. Dana White even said that the medical team popped it back into place after the fight.
No, it was not the elbow. It was his shoulder. And they popped it back in backstage. And, now they got to do, MRIs and check out the ligaments and see how it is. So we don't have a time frame on how long he'll be out.
So it turns out that Pantoja did injure his elbow like everybody initially thought. Today, Ariel Helwani said Alexandre Pantoja injured his elbow, as we all initially suspected, not his shoulder per his team. Not sure why they kept saying after the event it was his shoulder. His team says no injury to his shoulder. The initial hope is it was a dislocation. Brian Suderer, a sports medicine doctor, found it embarrassing that the UFC got that wrong. Ariel Helwani reposted this. It says, "This is an embarrassing look for the UFC. Did the ringside doctors really tell leadership it was a shoulder and specifically not the elbow?" Also, Dana said the shoulder was popped back in the locker room, but clearly that was never done. In fact, the elbow looked reduced already when he left the octagon. So who told him that? Was it awful translators that confused shoulder and elbow? Or they knew it was the elbow, but wanted it to seem less severe and said shoulder? This user replied, "Everybody on planet Earth watching the card last night knew it was an elbow." Brian replied, "Apparently except the people there to handle injuries, or the UFC was intentionally lying about it."
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.
Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Dominic Cruz saying that he wishes Alexandre Pantoja was given the option to continue fighting last night. It says, "What is Cruz smoking?" The second one's from Iceman299. It says, "Absolutely gut-wrenching for Pantoja. He was on a legendary run. To have it all gone like that is so sad." And the final one's from the odd one out. It says, what the f is Dom saying? Pantoja was signaling Van with his other hand to not throw any strike. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.